Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, for giving us this truth. Double honor to all the elders teaching on the four corners of the earth, teaching in truth and sincerity to you. I say shalom. Brother Khan from the Sep, the Lions of Judah, Jeshurun here in Chicago to you. I say shalom. Coming at y'all with another video through the spirit and power of Yahawashi Yahawashi. The title of this video is going to be titled, "The Blood Moons Are Symbolic for the End, and Yahawashi Gives Us Signs and Wonders." All right. So as you see in that video that I just posted up, I was casually driving at nighttime and I looked up and I saw a blood moon. All right. So I was going to Walgreens, and when I was pulling out the parking lot, about 30 minutes later, the moon became white again. All right. So when I was like, damn, man, that these blood moons are coming, and I didn't even know that it was supposed to happen. But these are all signs and wonders from Yahawashi Yahawashi. All right. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. All right, so this is Yahawashi prophesying about the end. All right, and he said it's going to be signs in the sun and in the moon. All right, and sometimes the sun can be turned red, because I have seen a red, like a almost full red sun before. So once again, all these things are the signs and wonders. So we know what time we living in. All right, it's the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon, right? So in the moon is what? The blood moons, all right? Which I saw on Monday. And like I said, I was casually driving, all right, to Walgreens at nighttime, and I looked up, and on the right-hand side, I saw a blood moon. And I had to be in that parking lot for no longer than, I say 30, 35 minutes. And when I came out and was making my way back to the house, I looked up and the moon was back white again, all right? So that's signs in the moon, all right? So let me read that again. Luke 21, verse 25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. And we see that, man, with the cost of living going up, the prices going up, gas is going up, all right? Everything is going up, man. And people feel like something is going to happen. That's distress of what? Nations, man. All right? That's the distress of nations. All right? With perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring. Okay? So that's the signs right there, that we're living what? In the last and evil days. So you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you Israelites, you need to wake the hell up. Period. You need to wake the hell up. It's the book of Revelation 6, verse 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. All right. So it says it was a what? Great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth and hair, and the moon became as blood. Okay. And the moon became as what? Blood. That's what you call what? A blood moon. Okay? Salakia. Hold on, Salakia. Let me charge this. Go ahead. So it said it became a what? A blood moon. The moon became as what? Salakia, blood. So let's read that again. It says, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. Verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And what is that wind? The nuclear destruction. Those stars that came out of heaven was the nuclear warheads that were shot off to the ends of the earth that you read in the book of the Apocrypha. Okay? So these are all the signs that we need to know. It's going to be a big nuclear war, okay? And it's going to destroy a part of this earth. But Babylon is going to be fully destroyed because the Bible tells you that nobody's going to be living over here anymore. Okay, so what comes with that blood moon? Destruction. Okay, judgment, destruction, all that. It comes with that. It comes with the what? The blood moon. And we're living in that time period. We've been seeing, ever since I got in this truth, I've seen about 15 blood moons, man. You know? So we got to give the warning. We got to let our people know what time we're living in. Go to the book of Joel. It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 31. Salakia. It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 31. It said, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. So Yahawashi coming like that, man. That's how he coming, you know? He coming after you see the fulfillment of the blood moons, man, of the sign of the blood moons. That's when he gonna pop up. So man, time is not on our side. You know, we've been telling y'all this. We sound like a broken record, but guess what? Noah prophesied for 100 years, all right, about the end time of that time. But this is the end of the end, right? It's the book of Acts chapter 2, verse 20. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord cometh. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. So who's the audience? Ye men of Israel is the audience, man. And the name is Yahawashi. It's not those names that Deacon Hakah and Bro Hassad was running with, because they don't even believe in the Lashwan Kodash anymore. So it's only one name that man should be saved by, man. Okay? And his name is Yahawashi, Yahweh and Yahawashi. Okay? So let's get that again. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord come. So now let me go back to Joel. Joel chapter 2, verse 31. It says, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. Okay, so Yahawashi is coming cruel, man. He's not the nice guy and a pushover that they show with white Jesus. This guy is a so-called black man, and he's coming back to stump out the nations, man. That's how he's coming. Not to be played with, okay? So it say before the great and terrible day of the Lord come, right? So let's see how the Lord coming, right? This is Isaiah 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, man. All right, and you got your grandma, your aunties and uncles having dreams about the end of the world, which will come. All right, the end of the world, which will come, man. And like I said, I was casually driving at nighttime Monday, and I was driving. I looked up to the right side of me. I seen a blood moon, and once again, when I left the parking lot, I was making my way back to the house, and it disappeared. Okay, it just disappeared out of nowhere, man. So what are we living in? We're living in the time of the end, man. All right, we're living in the time of the end, and it's time to get right with the Heavenly Father and his Son, Yahawashi, man. All right, so let's get that again. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. And let me get one more precept, just to show you what Yahawashi is going to do to these other nations. Jeremiah 4 and 7, the lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place, which is the heavenly place, to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without inhabitants. So with that, I hope this video was edifying through the spirit, power of Yahawashi. With that, shalom.